Negative thoughts are something that I constantly get bombarded with, that I struggle with, to be honest. Is one of the main reasons that I started doing affirmations in the first place. I'm one of those people that would have like the random intrusive thoughts. I'd be in the Walmart parking lot, sitting in my car, scared to get out at Walmart, thinking somebody was going to like bum rush me as soon as I get out the car and try to rob me. As a new mom, constantly feeling like, oh, I just can't get it together, or people expect you to have it all together and expect you to be perfect, and they expect your house to still be clean. And it's like, whoa, I got a new kid over here, I got a whole husband, and I barely liked laundry before they came along. And so it's something that I genuinely still struggle with. And what I found to be the most helpful in this mind renewal process is, yes, the affirmations, but also finding people in community who can strengthen my arms in the areas that I'm weak, which is what I see in scripture. Like when I look at the mind renewal verse in Romans 12:2 that talks about renewing the mind, right after that it says to be sober minded, because you don't know everything and you want to make sure that you find people who are strong in the areas that you're weak. And so I find people who encourage me, who lift up my arms, and they say, Ieshia, like, you really don't have to have it all together. It's okay. And they encourage me and they give me scriptures sometimes, but sometimes they just tell me, girl, that load of laundry will be okay. And you don't have to have an attitude with your husband because he's not folding his underwear and he wants you to still fold them. Random stuff like that. But it's something that I have struggled with so much that for a while it felt like I would always have negative thoughts. Like it just felt like it was a part of who I was, and I didn't like feeling that way. I felt like I'd become such a negative, such a critical person. And so that's why I started doing affirmations in the first place, because I was like, I want to be as happy as the people that I meet. I want to like be as happy on the inside as the people that I meet on the outside, who are always smiling, always laughing, always joking, always playing. And I just wanted to be a happier person in general. And so it's one of the things that I would do. I would take my thoughts and I would measure them on the guidelines of Philippians 4:8. And I would ask myself, when I'd be worried about somebody ransacking me in the parking lot of Walmart, like, okay, Ieshia, is that a true thought? Well, it could happen. Okay, well, is it a pure thought? Is it honest? Is it a lovely thought? Not the loveliest. And so as I would go down that scripture, if there was anything, even one box that it did not check, I'd be like, okay, this is something that you probably should not be mentally rehearsing. And that's why I started replacing all of my negative thoughts with positive things, with things that God said about me, with things that God would say about my situation, so that I had a different perspective about what He said and not just what I assumed or what I thought would happen, or the negative thoughts that would constantly fight me. In the moments where I felt weak, where I felt like my faith might have been shaken, the most important thing for me to remember was that God absolutely is for me, that He loves me, and His desire is to see me do well, to mix His word with faith. He wants me to act out all of these things. And so in the moments where I feel weak, I have to make sure that I'm praying. I have to make sure that I am actually asking Him, like, God, can you help me renew my mind? God, can you help me be more positive? God, I want to be more joyful. Can you consistently remind me to come to you? Because to me, that's what a lot of my trials are. They're just reminders for me to really sit at His feet and to seek His face and to continue to go back to Him. So how do you actually renew your mind? Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and that perfect will of God. Philippians 4:8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, just, pure, lovely, of a good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth him not, and it shall be given to him. So take those scriptures, meditate on them, rehearse them, begin to apply them, and let me know when you start to see a difference.